It's not Boston. It's not Boston. It's somewhere in Utah. I was on my way to Hawaii after visiting Adrian,
It's
and
not Boston.
and I couldn't make my connection. And because all the flights were canceled, I couldn't make the next ones that are available because the people that got canceled, were on the canceled flights had to go there. So I am here until Friday. So I got here yesterday. And because I'm used to traveling by public transportation, and I just found my way here to my friend June, who is a master chef, and she was my classmate in high school, and she has her own TV show of Thai cooking, and I think I was supposed to be here to connect with her after 9 years. All right, so let's begin with a little bit of exercise, and I can't wait to have Elisabeth Pfeiffer join us to show us her research and all the different kinds of things to do. So in the latest book that I have, which since the last time I saw you, I published 5 books, and this is the latest one, number 5. It's the first book that has arrangements, just arrangements of songs. All the previous 4 books were my own compositions. In this one, I wrote an article for the Uke Magazine in the UK, which will come out middle of March. And it will have an etude here. But Amazon has graciously made it available. I did not choose it. So if you go to Amazon anywhere and look for this book, in the 26 pages, it will have the pimimi pick pattern etude, which is here. So I just want to show you a little bit what it is. So pimimi is simply P-I-M. So you literally just do, say I'm going to be on the C string, the top 3 strings. So I'll just go P-I-M-I-M-I. All right, so back and forth. So it'll be P-I-M-I-M-I. So this is called the Pimimi pick pattern, and I'm going to come up with a new book of all kinds of finger picking patterns to do with common chord progressions, which form, a lot of your favorite songs. So we're gonna just do this, the usual C, A minor, F, and G7 using this finger picking pattern. All right, so let's just make sure we have the same chord C, and we have the A minor, sorry, and then the F, and then the G7, and the C. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3, and we're gonna do it twice for each chord. A minor, F, G7, again. So I'm gonna have us work on accents, okay? A minor. It's very natural to accent on the first beat. But what if we accent on the second beat? So then it becomes, instead of 1 and 2 and 3, it becomes 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, right? A minor. And the F. So I'm accenting on my middle finger. Okay, let's try accenting on the 3rd beat. On the 2nd time I use my middle finger. All right, so again, we do each picking pattern twice for each chord. C, A minor, F, and G7. All right, let's try accenting on our 3rd beat. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. How does that feel? It's really weird, isn't it? Because we usually don't do that. So let's do it again twice on each chord. Ready? And 1 and 3 and Wrong. F, G7, okay? So what we just did was we accented on the 1, and then the 2, and then the 3. Now what would happen if we did something a little bit different? I'm going to ask you to do a strum and then finger pick, like this. Right? So it'll be. So what did I do? I went down strum, down, down, up, really lightly, and then I finger picked, all right? So we're gonna do that twice. So strum, and then pick. Again, strum, and pick. Okay, and then we go to the next one. Everybody okay with that? All right, let's try that. Ready? 1, 2, and 3, and strum. And finger pick, strum, and finger pick. A minor, F, G7. Okay, let's combine the two. This time we're going to strum and then lightly, but when we finger pick, we're going to finger pick with the accent on the second beat. The first time we play. Okay? Like that. Okay? So let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Again. Again, A minor, and strum, and F, and G7, all right, so let's see, how do we do with that? I just want to see a show of hands. Raise your hand if you thought that was the right tempo. You managed to get it. Wow, this is an advanced group. Neil, you're here. Welcome. All right, Amanda, great to see you. Janice. All right, so if that was fine, then I'm going to challenge you a little bit I want to show you what's in here. I'm going to show you a little bit of, again, if you don't have the book, just go to Amazon and then you'll see my latest book. They will actually show you the whole exercise, pimimi pattern. So you could just look at these chords and go, oh, I could just do the same pattern, P-I-M-I-M-I, through here, or I want to learn to read tabs and challenge myself. So this is what it is. Yeah. So we go through this and read through that. And it gets harder and harder. It's a bit tricky later on. And I use the chords that we're not familiar with because the whole point is trying to get us to, do stuff like that. So I wonder if I could just zoom in. Let me just see if I could zoom in on something. Say we get to here towards the end. G. All right, say we go to here. So each section you could repeat any number of times. So here, let's start with D. So most people, when they go from here to here, they use their index finger to go here, right? Now imagine if instead of using your index finger to go to the first fret, you slide your middle finger to the first fret and then you slide back down. How would that feel? Let's try with the D. So D, I'm using See, most people, when they do their D, this is their middle finger because they've got their index finger on the G string. But in this exercise, we never really touch the G string. So let's just pretend we do. So we go like this. So our middle finger and our ring finger, middle finger, ring finger here, and we play ready and then slide your middle finger up to the first fret and then slide it back to the second fret to do the D minor, and then you drop your ring finger to be able to do the G minor, right? Because if you don't do that and you try to do it's just a different feel. You know, it might take a little bit longer, split second longer to switch. So this is about sliding your middle finger from the second fret to the first fret, back to the second fret. Drop your ring finger here, and then you have some time to put your index finger there. So let's just try this one before we break. Ready? We'll just go through this twice. Okay, so let's try that. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So this is a bit tricky. If I have problems, I'll just stop here to figure out how do I get from D minor to G minor without looking at my left hand. Okay, let's do it one more time. Ready, and 1 and 2 and 3 and D, A, D minor, and A. Ooh. And that's basically what it is. Okay. We're going to stop share now, and I just want to get a show of hands. Raise your hand if you got a Pick, Pluck playbook. All right, wonderful. Yay! Oh, you got 2. Wonderful, Neil. 2. Okay, you got 2. Oh, okay. Raise your hand. How many books you got? 2, 3. Neil, you got 3. Jess, you got 2. Allie, you don't have one yet. Amanda, you don't have one yet. Sandra,
Not yet, but I'm going to download it today, I promise, because I really want to get into it.
great, because they're all on Kindle now. So if you're not sure, just take a look on Kindle. You know, I don't know how Kindle works exactly. And I'm so excited. I keep having new ideas, so this is going to keep me busy forever. My next book will probably be Bach. Because it's J.S. Bach's birthday in March. Raise your hand if you've already played something by Bach on the ukulele. Leslie, Debbie, you have. Anybody else? Won't it be lovely? Oh, of course, Marco. So Marco and Angelo, they're father and son, and they're in Italy, and I met them last October. They've each premiered my original compositions, so I'm really excited. Bella Italia, Marco performed and recorded, which was in the Italian ukulele newsletter, which is totally available. If anybody's interested in it and hasn't seen my previous newsletter announcements of it, I'll tell you. Just let me know, and then you can look at it and play it. And the video recording also on my YouTube channel. And then Angelo, who is a teenager only, playing the ukulele like he's always played the ukulele. Yeah, Adrian, you don't have enough hands to show all the books you have. Whoa. You're like, my champion. She's got the latest book. I don't even have the latest book because it takes time to All right. So welcome everyone. We're going to break out into breakout rooms randomly so you could go through the exercise that I went through and check in with each other. And I just want to remind everybody, those of you that just joined us, it's called the pimimi pick pattern. And I have a whole article about it in the Uke Magazine coming out middle of March. That's the uh, English magazine in the UK, which I'm told that in Europe that's what they read. The Uke Magazine. They've had their 10th anniversary a couple of years ago, and so I submitted this new etude. But the one in the book and on Amazon is slightly different. Just Okay, so we're going to break into breakout rooms so you could do the pimimi pick pattern over the chord progressions that you like and chat a little bit. And then when we come back, Elisabeth is going to be here. So let's see, how many people do we have got? 19, 18 people. So let's see, if we do 2 to 3 participants per room, that will give us eight rooms. So go ahead and visit. I see I've got Elizabeth in Canada with Neil in England, Jane in Minnesota with Vicky in Montana. You're both north up there. Catherine, welcome. You're going to be with Marco and Henry. So if you join, that'll be great. Debbie and Jess are in a room. Adrian and Leslie are in a room. Amanda and Chriso, both in Massachusetts. And Allie and Rosemarie, you're in a room. So, wow, Sandy, you are in room 8, but I'm going to move Sandy to room 4. Room 4. Okay, so we have 7 rooms, and each room has about 2 or 3 people. And Neil, are you going to join your room? Because you're going to be with, okay, Elizabeth. Wonderful. Great. Great. And Jane, you're moving into your room. I put you, oh, I put you in,
I think you said 8, but I'm not
yeah,
sure.
but I wasn't sure you're in, so I'm going to put you in room 2.
Okay.
Okay, that way.
Okay.
Oh, now you've got too many people in room 2. Oh, we have 3 of you in room 2. Oh, oh boy. You know what? I'm going to move to room 7. I just move. Okay. Okay. So Janice and Rosemarie are in room 7. And Jane, okay. All right. So Elizabeth, are you here? Hey,
Hello.
perfect timing. So
Good to see you.
they're all in their rooms and then we get to chat and I'm so excited. Congratulations on McGill.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah,
I
thank
am
you.
so excited for you.
I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was really excited as well.
Wow.
Is Jane hearing us? Because I can still see Jane.
Yeah, it's okay because she deliberately has 2 of them. She's actually in a room.
Oh, right, right.
Um, she has 2
So she's
cameras.
kind of out of body experience.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So I just went through a finger picking pattern with them. I think I got everybody curious. What else can you do besides the downstrum and upstrum?
Right.
And you're going to tell us, right? There's different ways to just do a single downstrum. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. We'll see what we get into. It's going to be pretty similar to the thing you saw in Italy, but yeah. Technically it's been expanding. I've been writing all day, so I might, I'm really trying to get out of the thesis now and into the real world again. Right. So,
When are you planning to submit?
pretty soon actually.
Oh, you're almost there. My
I'm almost
goodness.
there. I mean, I've been writing since November, and I'm I don't have a hard date. Technically, I'm still good to go until 29. So, or July 29. Um, but I want to submit within the next 2 or 3 months for sure.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed that you're able to interact and do things because I remember my last, stretch. I couldn't face anybody. I was hiding,
Yeah, I
just
mean, I've been doing that mostly for December and January. Um, so now I kind of have to. No, I want to too. It's all right.
so this ukulele compendium is the bulk of your research. It's basically what your thesis is, right? It's not like a subset, a tiny bit of it.
It is a subset in a way, but it is the main practical body of work, that
The
the main outcome,
right.
if you will. But I've been writing it up and drawing, comparisons and interrelations between things, which is technically not in the compendium. It's just the raw material that I'm drawing on then.
Wow. And 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 this is all based on historic masters. Am I right?
Um, in a way, we'll hear about that, but a part of it is a historic analysis of the techniques that have been written down over time, and then there's this whole contemporary study, and technically that will never end, really.
So your
Um,
your life work, your life
yes, I mean the compendium will, when I'm 80, I will be expanding it, or I technically could. As in, it will never be finished. It can always grow places. So,
So one of the questions I wanted to ask, I don't think I put it in my list of questions, is, you know, people when they do strumming, I've seen it live, it's really, really fast. You can't
mm,
even tell what they're doing.
mm, yeah,
So do you record it and then put it in slow motion, try to analyze what they're
exactly.
doing?
And
Oh,
that's
you are
exactly
doing
what the compendium does for you as well.
that.
It provides that two camera angles that slow down and other visual aids to help you see what is happening, or get a feel for it, even
Right.
if it's super fast.
And are you specializing mainly in the strums or are you also doing finger picking?
I'm also doing finger picking. So the whole adapted classical guitar technique is also a subset of
Oh.
what we call classical ukulele, right? That is also there, obviously, because
So
it's a
are you
big part of our technical idiom, as we say, right?
so are you
Technical.
building on Samantha Muir's research?
Not necessarily building on it, but definitely acknowledging it. She's the first PhD also at Surrey, and she definitely laid a groundwork there. And while she focused very much on that adaptation
Hmm.
aspect, I'm I want to look at it more broadly, really.
Right, right. And do you think this is opening up for more research?
Oh, I think there are plenty of research opportunities in the ukuleles yet to have. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for PhDs, you always look for the gap, right? The
Right,
research gap. But the ukulele is a gap, really, because
right.
almost nothing has been, formally researched. It's also about, things we all know,
Hmm.
but putting them in writing, making them available in the academic world does something to that knowledge, and contributes to like a body of knowledge that has a different feel to it, and has, I hope, is more long lasting than our day-to-day practice, which is also obviously very lasting, but it's just a
Yes.
different thing.
Well, the other thing is, so you're going to McGill, so presumably they have a group of ukulele researchers.
I don't think so, no.
No, okay.
No, it's just I've been doing quite a few of the conferences. I'm quite surprised that they want me, and I'm very happy about that. I think I'm not sure, but I think I have 5 conferences lined up already this year. I really have to pace myself. And it's predominantly now the compendium I've been kind of presenting on historic tone production first, and then so they seem to be quite interested in I think they think, oh, that's a nice paper for the end of the day kind of thing, and that's really refreshing or something. I don't know why they do it, but they seem genuinely interested, and yeah, it's
I
always
think
good.
you're also kind of breaking the stigma because people think ukulele, you don't think there's like all this scientific stuff you could find and interesting things.
Hmm.
What do you
I
think?
mean,
Yeah.
I hope to kind of travel both worlds and provide a glimpse into the ease of the ukulele world and the inclusivity of it, and also engage in interesting research
Right,
for
right,
people.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hi, Joy. Everybody else is in a breakout room, and I'm having a chat with Michelle. But I could put you in a breakout room. They're almost done with the breakout rooms, actually. So, I could have you go into,
What
let's
are they discussing in the breakout rooms?
Oh,
Just
they're just
getting
getting
to.
to know each other and
Oh,
also
I
talk
see.
about the warm up because we did a warm up exercise. So there's one with only two people in it.
Okay,
So why
I'll
don't I
go.
put you in there? That's room 5 with Adrian. Okay, and Leslie. Oh, there's another one with there's 3 other ones with only 2 people in it. So, oh gosh, I forgot what I was gonna say. It just slipped my mind. Oh yeah, on your website, I noticed that you're looking for new work and it's partly funded by the Austrian state. Is that still the case?
I don't know what
Contemporary
you're
work
referring
for
to.
ukulele. It's on your website.
Oh, this technically that project has been funded a long time ago. It was, I think, in
Oh, it's already over.
2017 is, I think it's on the project side of things. But yeah, I got a grant from the Austrian government at some point to commission pieces.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
I'm,
happy about it.
yeah.
I was very enthusiastic then, and I wrote them, I think, the most enthusiastic email they got, because I think to them it was quite a small amount that they gave me. But I wrote them such an enthusiastic email that they really wrote back, like, this made our day. Because usually they give out, like tens of thousands of euros and it's not enough. And I don't know, I can't remember what amount I had, but significantly less. And I was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable.
That's
Yeah.
great. I
Yeah, so
really, yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, I'm writing so fast. And trying to publish them, catching up, I don't have time to record. But I think other
hmm,
people can do a better job of recording my stuff than me. So we're almost time to bring them in.
right.
So
The list of questions you gave me, questions, the books.
yes,
Do you want me to talk about the books as well?
yes. Do you have them available to kind of wave? Yes.
I mean, there are many more, but I can also talk about them. How do you want to? Will people have questions later? I assume that's
I
going to
think
be.
this is very hands-on. People want to
Yeah.
experience because everybody's got their ukuleles. So maybe tell us about the ukulele compendium. I mean, I never heard of the word compendium until you used it. I didn't even realize there is such a word, a compendium. So what is it and why are you doing this? And then show us some examples and have us try to mimic whatever we see, you know? So if it's a
Huh.
particular strumming
Um,
or whatever, so that we can start participating. I know you're doing, there's some kind of funding you're doing for it.
yeah, I'll talk about that.
Yeah,
And
sponsorship. Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, we could uh have we could look into some historic patterns and pieces for that. But yeah, it's fine. But the thing I presented was not very hands-on, as you remember.
No,
So
no, because it was a research conference. Yeah.
exactly. So that's why I asked what you wanted me to do.
Yeah, this one is very practical. People, when we talk about strum, we assume a lot of things. We assume everybody knows how to do it. The down strum,
Yeah.
the up strum. How difficult can it be, right? So for me, the question is, you're focusing your PhD on mainly strums more than finger picking. Am I
No,
right?
it's not mainly strums.
Oh, it's not. The
I
compendium
just
and
said it's also the whole subset
whole.
of classical ukulele. There's also banjo technique in there. So
Okay, but the strum a huge part of it though?
I mean, strumming techniques are prevalent throughout
Prevalent.
all
Okay,
styles
right.
and lineages. Yeah.
Right. So it's a huge problem. So that makes me question, are we making the wrong assumption? Are we strumming it wrong? Are we thinking that it's too easy to bother, paying attention? There's people are always asking me, what is the right strum pattern to use for this song?
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, the compendium unfortunately will not answer that question. It will give you lots of options.
It will. Okay. I better
All right.
tell everybody to come back.
Yes,
Let's
we'll do
come
that.
back. Let's come back. Let's come back. And sunglasses. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, you forgot your
never mind.
sunglasses.
Never mind. There's a filter for that, isn't there?
Okay. This is just a way for us to do our group photos.
Yeah, actually, I don't actually own sunglasses, so I was gonna check out the sunglass filter.
So, yeah, you could do that. We've got somebody who does that. So, when you were in Hawaii, you didn't wear sunglasses?
No, I haven't owned sunglasses in a long time. Is that working? Yeah, it's
All right. So, we're all coming back. All right. How was that chatting with someone else? Did anybody go through the pimimi? Did you all play, or were you just chatting? Raise your hand.
Chatting.
We just chatted and we had a wonderful little visit.
You just chatted. So raise your hand if you actually played in your breakout rooms. All right, Chriso and Janice, a little bit. Okay, Adrian, a little bit. All right, Leslie, big bit, little bit. Okay. All right, we're gonna wear our sunglasses and do several poses. Let me just make sure everybody's got, okay, close all rooms. Is everybody back in? Back in here, we got everyone. All right, so normally we do two poses. The first one is just our normal pose. I counted 3 and we hold for the camera. And then we do a wild pose, all right? So have your ukuleles, make sure you're singing like this, all right? So make sure, I mean, it's good to see your faces, but make sure you have at least the head of your ukulele showing, right? If you can't see all of you. I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we'll do our wild pose. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So sorry, I got a little bit carried away talking to Elisabeth here that I didn't ask everybody to come back. And then when Amanda trickered back in and then Chriso came back in, I just thought it's time for me to get everybody back in here. So I'm going to ask Elisabeth to unmute herself so I could introduce her, and I'm going to spotlight her so we could see her. This is Elisabeth, who I met last October at the Ukulele Research Conference in Italy. And she was one of the last people to present. She presented on the second day. And I just thought, whoa, this completely changes, everything. So Elisabeth, welcome to Through Chord Thursday.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I understand you are in the final stage of your PhD.
I think you can say so. I've been writing since November and I've been editing today all day. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to get my head out of the thesis and back into the real world, really.
Do you have a title for your thesis?
Yes. Hang on.
It's probably very long.
That comes as a surprise. No, it's plucking hand techniques in contemporary ukulele music, influences and current practices.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, there
I've just
must have.
recently changed it for the final title. It was something with affordances earlier. So
Wow. So can I introduce you as an established ukulele teacher, composer, performer? And
I
would you say
guess
that's accurate? And you have,
I've been doing that. I've been doing the ukulele as my main profession for the past 12 years now, I think. Starting in 2014, effectively. And in at ukulele festivals, I've been performing since, I think the first year actually was 2017, 18.
and people
That's
have
when it all
written
started.
music for you to premiere. Am I right?
Say again?
Composers have written music for you to premiere on the ukulele.
Yeah, I mean, specifically also in the context of the PhD in recent years, but also before that. And I've been premiering a piece every concert last year every concert at least one. So been
And you're
busy.
about to make your debut in Montreal, in
Yes, I'm
Canada, of
very
all places.
much looking forward to that.
Yeah,
It's
giving
my first
several.
time in Montreal and Quebec. I've been to Toronto when I studied at Lawrence University
Oh,
in
okay, right.
Appleton, Wisconsin.
So, so, so we would love to know more about all this, but before we do that, can you just tell us a bit about the books that you have published on Amazon?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know the ukulele repertoire, brand, if you want. There are various repertoire books, there are methods. This is the latest one. It's from 24, since I've been busy with the thesis, but it is actually an outcome of the thesis, and it's quite unique on what we have in the community. It's historic patterns, strumming patterns in that context, with pieces, and you get all kinds of things, all kinds of QR codes with the pattern demonstrated. Then the piece, there's an audio and there's a performance, and you have the pineapple counter, which tells you how hard it is. um
When
and
you
yeah,
say
so
it's the latest book, how many books are there?
I think now there are 14.
14 books in
Yeah.
your series.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Just to give you a quick impression about what these sound like, this is the first one, for instance. And you can always repeat it if you want. And there are others.
Would you
And stuff
recommend your
like that.
latest? Your
Sorry, what?
latest? Would you recommend your latest one?
I would recommend my latest one most because I'm most proud of it, because it is
Okay.
with the strumming patterns. We find those. I mean, obviously in the historic method books, but also in 2 or 3 others by Lil Rev. But none of the other books have actual pieces where you can actually practice them.
Okay.
So that's the thing that sets this one apart. And then the classic one, which is very similar to what you do, Anne, is picking patterns, picking pattern attitudes. There are 30 in there, from very easy to quite challenging. No pineapple counter yet though. The pineapple counter is new. So.
Can you show us before we go into your compendium, can you show us, a short exercise that comes from your book or something that we could take away with and know this is from
Yeah.
Elisabeth Pfeiffer?
Why don't we do that waltz pattern that for that first Hawaiian piece? It's quite straightforward. It is actually a thumb pick on the G string, and then 2 consecutive up strums with the index finger, and it is very, it's very light, and you don't have to aim for all the strings. It's very light. It's kind of, the finger is kind of parallel to the strings, and it's that way you get kind of a fluffy, overtone rich sound, right? And then you can do a waltz with it. Also, what I find, especially with the Hawaiian patterns, it's a lot nicer if you just give less force than what you might, where if you try to do it really loud, it kind of loses its charm a little bit for these specifics. And you can, always do it with an E minor if you know that chord. That's the first chord of the piece. And the second chord of the piece would be lifting off your index finger. And the third piece of the third chord of the piece would be putting down your pinky on the 5th fret. And then coming back to E minor. Yeah. But you can obviously, do it with any chord you like, with C major, and then A minor 7, and then back to C major, So the main difference to, say, classical ukulele technique would be, former classical guitarists like myself would approach the strings in a lot more rectangular fashion. You'd go, see how that changes the sound? It's just a different sound. It's not better or worse, it's just a different sound. And you get to pick which one you want for each situation, really. So if you do the parallel thing, which is engaging more with the finger joint, whatever you call it, digit, rather than the tip, it's a lot flatter. That would be the classical approach.
So these subtleties are really important. We don't even think about it. Yeah.
I think they're great fun to engage with and to use and to experiment with, because I'm convinced that everybody, regardless of their level, can make that kind of decision. Do I like what I hear? Do I want it to sound like that or more like that? And I think everyone should make these decisions and listen for them. It makes practice a lot more fun, because just repeating the motion, you often you don't get to where you want to be. But when you always listen for how does it sound now? What does it do here? Yeah.
Great. So this is in your compendium, this particular
This is also one of the hopefully one of the outcomes of my thesis in general. Like my thing with the ukulele is really keeping that inclusivity that we have. We have all these wonderful traditions and styles, and we can produce these diverse sounds, and we don't have, hopefully, well, I don't know, we don't have yet, but hopefully it'll never come. We don't have the thing that other instruments have, where people come and say, this is right and this is wrong. And I really disagree with that, because it's just different. Thank you, Neil. It's different. It produces different sounds, and I think that's a huge advantage compared to more established instruments. Someone said the ukulele was kind of like a pencil rather than an oil painting. You can't do the huge sounds, but you can, draw a very fine line and very fine shades with it. And I think that's a really good picture.
Right. So tell us how to use your compendium
Yeah. So the
and how
compendium, I
what
mean,
it is.
you'll be sad to hear that is not a thing that will lead you, from step A to B. It's more like a collection of material for anyone. So anyone meaning us in the community, players, learners, composers, but composers outside the community as well, and people who are, or scholars who are interested in the instrument. So can I share my screen?
You should be able to. Yeah.
I should be able to. Okay, I'll try. I mean, technically there's a keynote presentation, but I'm not going to do that. If that's all right with you. I think it makes more sense to actually go to the compendium as it is now and show you the little map of the ukulele world, as James Hill said, called it. Oh yeah, and please don't be stressed out about all my tabs. I wasn't prepared to show you. I don't keep bookmarks. I open everything. So, okay, so this is an ongoing project, and as I said earlier, it will never be finished. We can always add more styles and more lineages. For now, I've identified in my study, which I've done with around 15 expert ukulele players that I've visited in Hawaii and in Europe, and people who visited from North America. We got together and I interviewed them and filmed them. So 3 major styles. The Hawaiian styles are kind of, I don't know. There are people who play more lyrically and others that play more performative. And this is one example, right? So this is very fast. Can you hear me if I talk over it? Can you hear the sound as well? Okay, awesome. So it's very fast, but every video provides 2 slow-mo options. And this hand, this rotating GIF or GIF, whatever you want to call it, shows you where the player in the video is engaging with the string. So in this case, Mika is putting his pinky down and picking with the thumb, the index, and the middle finger. And that translates, as quite scientific, to a radar chart that I then can compare and whatnot, but that should not concern us. So, hang on, how do I do this? I can access my... so, if I close that and come back out, and maybe go to a more performative Hawaiian player like Aldrin Guerrero. Right? Oh, the hand is see, interesting. I'm just randomly clicking sites, and I quite like it. So here's a percussive element with it, right? And some information. But obviously Hawaiian styles is not the only style. Here in Europe, the Formby style is huge. And for instance, we get George Elms, who's also a very fast player. So as you can see, this is always reducing down here. Okay, so as you can see, it's more of a compendium is more of a I don't know, the German word is lexicon. Do you have that in English as well? Yeah. So
Yes, lexicon we do.
lexicon. It's a collection of our technical idiom, of our technique repertoire that we have right now. I've included banjo, but actually at the conference there was this great kind of balalaika influence player who, I already could see that there's another adapted lineage in the balalaika lineage, for instance, and I don't know, you have banjo adapted technique. Right? Some of the hands you can actually draw around and have fun with that. Right, so it's a quite specific thing, and I've heard people, get lost in it for hours and just because I didn't show you that you can also do cross references. Here are all kinds of cross references. So you can get techniques that are similar or related across styles within the same style. And then you can search. You have all the techniques in one go, and you can also search it. For instance, if we want to look for the term roll stroke, these are all the different roll strokes that happen there that you can look at. But it is a bit out of context. How long do you want me to go, Anne? Because for context, I would quite like to show the first part of the presentation with the historic.
We have 8 minutes
Oh, okay.
left.
Right, I see. So maybe then I'll just quickly cap it off, because with what you can do if you want to be part of the compendium, you actually can become a patron for one of these techniques. And the fun thing about that is you'll have the technique named after you. So Marion Brogan got motus Brogansiensis in the traditional way of, it's actually a James Hill technique, right? So that's, and then it'll be here, and yeah. So that's the fun part of it.
So, question is,
Sorry.
what you're showing us is available for people to look at, but
Yes.
to support the project, you're having
This
sponsorship.
website is completely free, right?
Okay.
And that's how it should be. And it will stay free for everyone forever. Because I think that's what that kind of knowledge should do. Because it's a resource for all of us, right? On the other hand, my PhD is self-funded, and there are obviously, as you all know, there are costs attached to it. So if the day ever arises that I'll get a surplus, I'll reinvest it in research around the ukulele. I've talked to everyone who contributed, and they agreed that would be a good way for that type of knowledge and distribution. Yeah.
So we're kind of paying it forward if we decide to sponsor and be a patron.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just do the website address is ukuleletechnique.online.
All right. So this is also a link from your own website, which we have on
Yes.
Tuco Thursday. So if you ever want to find it, so it's in the chat, Ukulele Technique, which is easy to remember, one word, .de, or Elisabeth Pfeiffer, Elisabeth with an S.
Yes, and DE for Deutschland at the moment.
.de to find out more.
I've been so close to getting com, and I will, but I haven't gotten to it. I was editing. I wanted to provide you with elisabethpfeiffer.com, but it doesn't exist yet. But it will. I think
That's
it
wonderful. So
Yeah.
I just want to ask, raise your hand if you're going to go explore this compendium. Raise your hand. Look into it. Isn't that cool? Did you know there are that many stroke techniques, that many rolls? And you could slow it down and see how they exactly do it. And then you could combine things and everything. So what other way would you say, Elisabeth, to use a compendium for, other than look things up and say, oh, that's how you do it, or get ideas for your own performance?
I mean, if you come across a term that you don't know,
Yeah.
and you want to see, for instance, roll stroke. What is a roll stroke? Or how do people do tremolo? There are quite a variety of tremolo techniques throughout the different styles, and and picking, and all that. You just have an array of examples that you can draw on and also see, because people do it quite differently. The classical players are very different from the Hawaiian ones in terms of hand position and then resulting sound, as we've just seen, with the angle of how you stroke or strum. It changes the sound a lot, so you can hear that and explore that.
Wonderful. We've got a question from Joy.
Yes.
Joy, do you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question? And you can also put it in chat if you have questions, and I'll read them out. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to lower the hand. Okay. No, I didn't have a question. It just accidentally touched whatever.
Oh, okay. All right. No problem.
But Amanda has a question.
Amanda has a question. All right,
think
Amanda, if you
Amanda.
unmute or
I just enjoy to see that you are using and giving a job to the pinky finger, because usually it's left out. And I say,
Yes.
why don't put this little finger to work? And my question is any way that you can play a song in the first position, and that I think it repeat through the rest of the frets, that you can play it knowing that you can go from that position to the same chord in the rest of the fret. So in that way you can use other frets to play the same song. And it's a way that you can pay attention to the position of the left hand. You have to move it to that specific, or it's a pattern that you need to learn.
I mean, this is very outside of what we've talked about, because I'm not covering the fretting hand. I don't use the fretting now. Okay, I'm kidding. I use the fretting hand. But you are asking a question that is a very, 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 very large question, because unfortunately there's no one answer. Yes, there are patterns, and when you advance through your ukulele learning journey, you'll see that the chords that you know from the first position repeat in the higher positions, and they are then called differently, obviously, because they sound differently. But so there are patterns, but they're a bit too complicated to just say, well, this is the system and here you go. So I'm very sorry. I don't think I can answer your question sufficiently.
In the right hand rather than
in the right hand.
I see. Okay.
No,
I'm
in
sorry.
the pinky did you mean the pinky in the left hand or in the right hand?
Well, in both.
In both. Well, the pinky in the right hand has been used a lot in the historic techniques, especially for roll strokes, and it has subsequently, through the influence of I think guitarists, disappeared. Because what I find is that there are quite a few techniques in the historic methods that are kind of out of use now, like the extended upstroke, and kind of jerky, irregular motions that are very much bringing out the sound of the different sounds of the ukulele, but we don't use them because we've forgotten about them, I think. And I can relate to that as a guitarist, a former guitarist now. It took me a while to realize that the ukulele is a different instrument, that it offers different things than the guitar, and that there's a lot to explore. So again, not to pitch too much, but this is why this is so. This is why this book is special, because it gives you these kind of forgotten techniques.
I see. Good.
And that's your latest book, right? The Hawaiian Etudes.
The Hawaiian Etudes are the latest publication. Yeah.
I gotta order one right away. So we have one question. Are you gonna
Yes.
be teaching or performing at the Ukulele Festival of Great Britain in August?
Actually, I was there 2 years ago, so this time I'm not around. I will be on vacation in Malta.
Oh, you deserve it.
A private vacation. But yeah, no, it's a great festival. If you're thinking of going there, you definitely should. It's a fantastic festival.
So
Oh
I
yeah,
want so Elizabeth is going to be in Montreal in March, and you're going to give several workshops besides giving your research presentation at McGill, where I went to when I was a junior
that's
in
amazing.
college. You know, I love Montreal very much. And I also want to say, you know, at the conference, I had the pleasure of also meeting another German ukulele virtuoso, and that is Sabine Walter. And we had Adrian and I, we were on the same train as you, Elizabeth, and Sabine going to Frankfurt. So next month, in exactly 4 weeks' time, Bach's birthday is in March. I've invited Sabine to come and talk about playing Bach violin partitas on the ukulele. She's come out with a new book about Bach's music, transcribed for the ukulele. And she's been playing ukulele for a long time and also festivals and everything. And so that will follow
Great.
after you, Elizabeth. And we're going to keep these videos on YouTube so you could take a look and see about it. But I want to close and then we could ask further questions because I want to keep it at 1 hour. Elizabeth, do you have anything you want to add to your presentation?
You've in your questions that you sent me, you asked composing for high G, what are the limitations? And because Sabine is coming next month, it that's a interesting question between the two of us because she's exclusively low G and I'm exclusively high G, and we're both each doing that for the same reasons because we like it better. It's a very personal thing, and for her, it was closer to the guitar, which made it more comfortable. And for me, it was the low G is closer to the guitar, and I find the high G, therefore, more interesting. But it's a very, very personal preference, and I think it's an advantage to have both. And if you don't know that, I can tell you that the high G and low G discussion is conducted equally emotionally on Hawaii itself. So they're always teasing each other about it. They say, "What, you're playing low G? You can't sit in our table." Yeah.
Oh my
So yeah,
goodness.
but they're absolutely kidding. They're good friends. So
Sounds like we need to have a special session, you know, low G versus high G and
oh
really
yeah,
get into it.
I was teaching at Sabine's place in I don't know. I think it's December, and we actually had a after lunch discussion, a public discussion on that, which was fun for everybody, I think. And we
Wow.
just had a conversation about why we do what we do in terms of tuning. So
Let's do a quick poll here. Raise your hand if you prefer the high G ukulele, everybody. Okay. All right. Raise your hand if you prefer the low G. Oh, that's a lot. Raise your hand if you can do both. You're not like, you know, great, great. So just for the record, my first and second ukuleles were both low G. I didn't realize there's such thing as a high G. And when I encounter the high G soprano, it's like I'm longer, bigger, better than you. You know, I had this, right? So I was arranging for low G until I discovered the secret to high G. You could actually do lots of fun stuff this way, you know? And it's easier because with low G, you can't, you have to go back up, you know? So,
One
so,
last
so,
thing, maybe, and if I can jump in,
yes,
this
please.
is a big thing, big topic, and totally unrelated to the PhD. But what I do a lot because of the high G is I combine just fretted chords in the third position, for instance, like C in this, or A minor, or F, and I use the G as a kind of colorful tone with it, which makes fretting in higher positions a lot easier, thinking about just 3 strings instead of all 4. And in most of our keys, we can use the G as kind of a drone. And if we can't, I just mute it and, use my other 4 fingers, really. So,
That's amazing. So I want to thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. Everyone, for coming and enlightening us. And if I don't have any burning questions before I stop the recording, and feel free to hang out afterwards. Is there anybody with a burning question you want to be on the record on YouTube Live? Otherwise, I'll see you in 4 weeks' time, Thursday, the 19th of March, for Bach on the ukulele with Sabine Walter. But today, thank you, Elisabeth Pfeiffer. Your books, your latest book, Hawaiian Etudes, definitely on Amazon. All right, I'm going to
thank you
stop.
so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was fun. Thank you so much.